Delta Force is a 1998 tactical first-person shooter developed and published by Novalogic. Delta Force was designed to be a military simulation loosely based on the United States Delta Force Special Operations Army Unit. Delta Force 2 was released in 1999. The game has an emphasis on realism, with human enemies and the player alike being very vulnerable to damage from weapons, and projectiles being subject to wind conditions. Delta Force Land Warrior was released in 2000. The game takes place across various locations including Africa, Indonesia, and South America. Objectives range from eliminating high-risk threats at important structures. Delta Force Task Force Dagger was released in 2002. The game takes place in the real conflict, war in Afghanistan, and had the final mission based on the Battle of Tora Bora. Task Force Dagger usually sends the player on missions alone. Delta Force Urban Warfare was released in 2002. The game had the story of John Carter, who had taken part in a failed drug deal bust in Tumaco, Colombia, and being sent undercover to capture or kill the drug lord and Red Mercury smuggler Malik by CIA agent Robert Jackson. Delta Force Black Hawk Down was released in 2003. Based on Ridley Scott's movie Black Hawk Down involving the Somali Civil War and First Battle of Mogadishu. It had new features of being able to operate 50 cal Brownings miniguns. Delta Force Black Hawk Down Team Sabre is an expansion pack of Black Hawk Down with 2 extra campaigns involving a fictional Colombian drug lord Antonio Paulo and a fictional Iranian coup by General Hadem Yari Ben Shamim Kalb. Joint Operations Typhoon Rising focuses almost entirely on its expansive online multiplayer mode, set in Indonesia in the near future. Joint Operations takes the player to a country on the verge of disintegration. Delta Force Xtreme was released in 2005, and it's a remake of the first game and the first to have the player able to drive vehicles, motorcycles, tanks, APCs, boats, and pilot helicopters. It has the Peru, Chad, and Novaya Zemlya campaigns from the first game. Delta Force for Java was released in 2007. Lead your special commando through various missions and engage the enemy across vast outdoor environments. Delta Force Xtreme had to intervene campaigns involving a Central Asian arms smuggler alien Khalid who has armed and is using a Southeast Asian drug cartel by providing them military-grade weapons in exchange to following his orders, and has aims to remove Western influence. Delta Force Hawk Ops. It's a reboot of the famous series of military shooters, which offers players to different game modes. In the story campaign, you will find yourself in the center of real events that took place in Somalia in 1993, when American Special Forces were trapped by hostile forces. You will have to survive and save your comrades in fierce battles on the streets of Mogadishu.